Enoch says we're going to be out of money by March. You know what that means? Spend more money.
So today is the midterm budget in Parliament. This is where the Minister of Finance comes out and says, you know, the budget in February, ignore all of that because nothing matters anymore. So now we've got a new budget and we're going to do different things. So the same minister has said that we are going to run out of money as a country by March of 2024. So in this particular video, we're going to take a look at what should this midterm budget actually be like. And guess what, Byron? It doesn't involve any form of spending or borrowing.
You see, what should technically happen, now that we know the news, is we basically have no money, is that we should impose austerity measures. Which basically means we stop spending money on useless shit. Now, you know what that actually means in ANC world? We spend more money on useless shit.
I mean, to his credit, the Minister of Finance did say that there needs to be budget cuts. He wants to shave off the civil wage bill. He wants to stop the hiring of new people in the civil service. He wants to stop spending on infrastructure. All good, except, you know, infrastructure is what we actually need in this particular country. And more importantly, it doesn't get down to the nub of the problem. We're not running out of money. We're running out of people that don't steal money. So you can have as much money as you want through taxes. If people keep stealing it, you're going to run out of money.
Now I hear you asking the question, well, how bad is this budget deficit? Well, it actually equates to 5.3% of gross domestic product. Now, for those of you who don't speak finance, let me give you an idea as to what that actually equates to. And the United Kingdom spends, well, to give you an idea, it spends 2% of its GDP on its army. The United Kingdom, which is basically a health service with a country attached to it, you know, protect the beloved NHS, spends 9% of its GDP on its NHS. But you have to think, this is about half that amount. Now, the reason I draw reference to the NHS is because we want to have one of our own. We called it the NHR. But we've already got a shortfall for about the exact amount of money we need for the NHR.
Well, to put it this way, we are spending 240 billion rand more this year than what we bring in. 250 billion rand is what they want for the NHI. So we already are in an NHI-shaped hole based on the current trends in the South African economy right now. But they need another 250 billion to spend on the NHI. It's just not going to happen. So basically just think about this. For every year we run a deficit, we are losing an NHI's worth of budget. That's how big the deficit is.
Yes, and let us not forget that South Africa also wants to do really insane, stupid ideas, like have a big basic income grant that will replace the 350. What if they could include in the budget, I don't know, 20 million for Morning Shot, you know, for free and independent news? That seems logical to me. I mean, hey, we're all just handing out useless wish lists. Why can't we add ours onto it?
So, if we had to give some advice to the Minister of Finance, if he watches this video before he delivers his speech later at 2 p.m. today, here is some friendly advice from Morning Shot. Number one, don't spend any more money on state-owned enterprises. Those are meant to run as a public service, not to enrich cadres. Obviously, that hasn't happened. Number two, just fire a whole lot of the civil service. They are useless. They produce nothing, and you'll make the world a much better place by automating.
Number three would be, how about adopt policies that actually improve the country as a whole, and maybe push back on all the globalist bullshit that enters your desk that you somehow need to fund. Maybe if we actually look to South African issues first, on how to grow an economy, and globalist agendas of extracting all of our wealth externally to third world countries that we never see, then maybe we'd be in a better shape.
Kodongwana said he is going to make sure that the budget cuts are not felt as badly, so therefore he's going to borrow more money to make sure that they are not felt as badly. So they're going to have a budget cut of X on the side, but they're going to borrow more money so the budget cuts aren't felt on this side. What?
Yeah, so basically what this is going to mean is that we're going to raise taxes, possibly raise VAT. We're probably then going to also say we're going to cut some civil servants down, you know, because that's us imposing austerity. But we're actually going to give above inflation pay rises to the civil servants that are left. So this is a typical playbook of the ANC. I see no reason to think it's not going to happen now. They're probably going to tax the shit out of cigarettes because the ANC don't like smoking. Probably going to raise some tax on alcohol because even in a shithole, you want to be able to drown your sorrows away, but the ANC don't really want you to be able to do that. So watch this space. Check back tomorrow and see how shit the budget was.